2 weeks to go, and in an area long considered slam-dunk safe Labour, the stakes could hardly be higher in a by-election seen as a three-way fight.
This is Manchester, and this is what we're about. We're up for this fight.
This is a monumental moment, both for Gorton and Denton, but frankly, the entire country.
But change is in the air.
Battle lines drawn then in a by-election caused by a scandal over a local Labour WhatsApp group, and now with the backdrop of a crisis-a-thon for the National Party, leading Reform to call this a referendum on Keir Starmer, who's been notably absent on the campaign trail. Would he be a help or a hindrance, the Prime Minister?
In terms of joining the campaign,
Yeah.
I think the best thing that the Prime Minister can do is to go faster and harder in terms of delivering what people want on the ground.
In any case, according to Labour candidate Angeliki Stoya, on the doorstep there are bigger issues like the cost of living and affordable housing.
I started in politics standing on my tippy toes, trying to be seen and trying to be listened. My aim in this election is that nobody is going to be unheard.
Of note, the very visible backing of Labour Mayor Andy Burnham in a campaign he'd hoped for top billing in. Even before the date had been set for the by-election, there'd been months of speculation that this seat could be Andy Burnham's route back to Westminster and then, potentially, to number 10. But after he publicly confirmed that he wanted in, he was blocked by Labour's ruling body. A decision described by one Burnham backer as the first time in political history that a party stopped someone standing because it was thought they'd win. Which brings us to Trust Road in the Gorton part of this constituency.
Because people know Andy and they know what he's about.
Where Michael told me the absence of Andy Burnham on the ballot paper means he's unsure who to vote for or who to trust.
If they do what they say they're going to do, I would trust them. But when they get inside, into Parliament or whatever, or get the votes, they just change.
And so, in a constituency where Labour's lead had seemed unassailable, the bookies have the Greens as favourite.
Hannah Spencer, everyone!
With their candidate, Hannah Spencer, who works as a plumber, on the campaign trail with her 4 rescue greyhounds.
Let's do it!
While some polls predict another by-election win for Reform, their candidate is Matt Goodwin, a university academic turned political commentator and TV presenter on GB News.
What's interesting to me, I've canvassed in white working class areas in this seat, I've canvassed in Muslim areas in this seat. And what you will hear is the same thing, which is a palpable sense of unfairness. That working hard, playing by the rules, doing what the state asks us to do, actually you're no longer really recognised or respected for doing that.
While his critics claim he's stirring divisions with toxic politics, the Reform candidate says his Green rivals care more about Gaza than Gorton.
We care about lots of different things. We care about what's happening here locally, as well as things across the world.
The solutions to real-world problems, she says, should be coming from people with real-world jobs and experience.
Living standards are lowering, people's incomes aren't changing, and we have fuel poverty, which is not even a phrase that we should be using in 2026. We need people in Parliament where the decisions are being made that have got the background and the relevant lived experience to be able to feed into decisions that are being made.
In this hard-to-call three-way tussle, there's still 2 more weeks of door-knocking and leaflet dropping. Reform heavily targeting largely white working-class Denton, while in Longsight and Levenshulme there are more students and a sizable Muslim population.
I used to vote Labour all the time, but not now. I'm not happy with their foreign policy, supporting Israel against the Palestinians, basically. I'm not happy with that.
Who do you think will win?
Don't know. Labour, probably. There was a landslide last time, wasn't there? So I don't know. The older generation are stuck in the ways.
With 11 candidates in all, the Conservatives and Lib Dems are also campaigning.
We need a strong economy and we need strong borders. And those 2 issues really play into what people are suffering and telling me about here.
people expected things to start getting a bit better, and they're not. So we need to deal with the energy crisis. We need to deal with the housing crisis. These things need to actually be tackled, not just talked about.
The easiest prediction of all, once the polls close on the 26th, all eyes will be on the constituency of Gorton and Denton, and that how people here vote could decide more than who their next MP will be.
And here is a full list of the candidates standing in the Gorton and Denton by-election.